Okay. To record this. Share screen. Okay, I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, now I'll move straight to the real system. The system has a series of pages, and we can add any pages at our own convenience, but I streamlined the most suitable things. For example, rigid tables. With the rigid tables, we expect that at the start of the league, these four that are supposed to be in playoffs are the first ones. Then we also have these identified by colors. Then all these things are calculated automatically. Someone has to put results, and then all these are calculated automatically. That is with rigid tables. So we can have Serie A men, then down here we have Serie women, then other series follow down there. Now, when we come to live streaming, we can have games being streamed live. That is possible. Then the other thing is fixtures. You can have fixtures and results, so that maybe if Sky played Nemo and the results are clicking this, and then they view where they played from, results, set scores, and then that were around plus their statistics, then comments down there. Now that's about fixtures. When we come to players, you can identify players by their teams. You come and identify Serie A players by their teams and positions. So this is some kind of sorting. You can have maybe the points players have made. This is now player statistics that has also been injected in this kind of system. So if we need to look at maybe a specific player like this one, we can view the player, the nationality, position, their heights, the current team, and so on, even their start, plus their previous match, the match they have played previously. So this player is linked to this team. The moment you come here, you view the other players in this specific team. So that is about players. When we come to teams, we shall have, of course, logos. Logos lie here. Now, when we select a team like Sky, we shall be in position to see the league Sky is in, then the seasons Sky has been in this specific league and their grounds. Then we have the coaching details. We have the name of the coach. Then we have their current team, the past team. Then we have the players categorized with positions. We have outside hitters, then listed there, their age and height. So this one can be customized. If we don't want the age or on the page, we just uncheck it. So down here, we also see the position of that specific team you have clicked in their league table. So you see, Sky is identified here as its position, then its results, last results. Now that is about the specific team as a team. Now, when we come to results, back to results, we can have recaps of previous matches inside the system. Someone should not go to YouTube and view these things. Now, for example, the recap of KCCA versus Nemo, you just straight away click in that video to see how the match was played. Then details and where it was played, then results and other things, then plus comments. So you find that everything is inside the system. You just come to the system and view whatever you need to view. If you need to come to UVF official venues, they are listed there. Someone can just click in the venue. All else, for example, now again here in matches, once someone needs to visit where the match is going to be played, they just click in it, and then Google Maps does that load. So the other thing is maybe contact UVF, what information, location, email, and so on, and maybe about UVF. That is also basic data that is important. You can have our mission, whatever, leadership, and so on. So basically, that is all about the system. It is very functional. It has everything intact. The pricing of the system is 3 million plus hosting a domain. So we can have about maybe UVF.com or whatever domain you would have made choice of. So basically that is it, and I hope I've been brief.
Okay, thank you, Shafiq. Indeed, you have been brief. I'll open up, and just before again I open, this Shafiq man introduces himself as Nkozi and everything, but he's a volleyballer. He's a member of Sky Volleyball Club, so he knows our volleyball. So the floor is open, members. Please let's make our inquiries and comments.
Can I begin with myself?
Yes, go on.
Yes, Shafiq, well done with this good work. And it is more of a website, not a system. It's more of a website which we can go on any channel and we see. Very fantastic. But I'm asking about the maintenance of how this information is being done as per vis-a-vis the cost you're meaning, you're saying. Will be the maintenance of this website be part of this 3M whereby you are the same person behind it, or to require one of the federation people to order? Because I'm saying it is a daily maintenance with an update of what's happening within the Volleyball Federation. But I think it's more of a website than a system. Thank you. My inquiry is about that daily maintenance.
Okay, in response to that, this is a web-based system. So you as UVF, you are supposed to monitor it. It has an admin panel where people are supposed to, create teams, create matches, things like this. So you find that it is you that are going to manage everything. So we just create your login details and you start to manage this system. So the manual work you have been doing of sending things via WhatsApp, is actually now that is what we are pushing away, and then we come to the digital. So it's you to manage everything. You have an admin panel. You can assign roles. Someone who is assigned the role of maybe matches, putting up fixtures. They log in and they create fixtures. Then assigned to put in results, logs in and puts in results. The one who updates player data, logs in and updates. So it is the same work you have been doing. It's just that we are now shifting your role to something online.
Anybody else with a question, inquiry?
Yes, yes. Can I come in?
Yes, go on.
Yes, thank you, Rashid. Thank you for the presentation. I think I have two questions. One is not a question actually. It's just an idea. Is that I've not heard you talking about the fixtures. I mean about the transfer, because we also want our transfer to go online, whereby the clubs can have the right of interacting with different clubs, and for us, we do the monitoring. So you need to think about that as an addition to this system. That's one. Two, you talked about UVF being in charge. That means if we take your system, you'll have to train us on how to use it. Am I right? And for me, I'm not an IT person, but I want you to maybe explain for me this, and in relationship to what the VP was asking. There's what is called web-based and cloud-based. Previously, even as nowadays, we are getting off from over the web, something like that. You will guide me, whereby we used to install. They used to give us a software like accounting software. Then you download it and then you install it in the computer. But nowadays, those things are not there. It's now web-based. So can you explain maybe the difference either web or cloud? What does it mean in relationship to this?
Okay. All right, thank you. Now, web-based system is that kind of system that doesn't require you to install anything. You just need to go to the cloud, like you have said. The cloud is the internet, something that is virtual, something that is stored on different servers around the world. So a web-based system is specifically this. You don't need to install anything. You just need to go to some address like maybe uvf.com and this displays. That's one. Now, the other thing about interaction, different teams interacting, this is already it. Someone comes to play as here, maybe Sky is looking for an opposite. They come and try to filter opposites. They look at opposites, then they look at how the opposites have been performing. That is the best interaction. You look at opposites, then you compare. So when you find that Shafiq has maybe attacks, blocks, covers, whatsoever, kills, he's good, then that is how you can now try to go into the buying process. Then the other thing you asked was, I can't remember well. Please, can you remind me of the other question I had of this interaction and then web-based and cloud-based?
No, I think you have explained it. I was trying to mean the same thing.
Okay.
You've explained what is a web and a cloud, which means the same thing. Maybe just add on one thing in terms of the payment part of it, because we have also had systems where nowadays you find that your banking system is linked to your system, whereby when somebody pays, the club should be able to actually see it on the system. Will you also be in position to develop more models in regards to that, where the clubs can also view their ledger, just a basic one? Is it possible?
Now,
if
about
I work
payments,
with you, let's say today.
About payments, and then I've remembered this other question you asked about, training. Training is part of that money. Training is part of that money, and with the training, it is just showing you how you add in data, how you delete, how you do this and the other. So something like that. About payments, that is something that it's some other system that can be created. And because when an institution has a website, it's literally called a domain. Very many systems can be created as subdomains of the primary domain. So you may find you as UVF, you might have other systems that you use locally. So that can be an added advantage of having those systems over the internet. And then the monitor.
Okay, or maybe just last year, I'm sorry. What guarantee would you give us? Because we've also had cases where a system can break down, and I heard you talking about the hosting right. Because for us, the account, and actually when we procure assets, unless you're in full control in terms of even hosting it, something like that. So my question is, what guarantee will you give us that in case this system maybe breaks down at a certain point, you are there to support, because you are the main builder of the system?
Okay. Now, firstly, I'm a systems administrator and developer. I've developed a series of systems, and they are over the internet being used. The first thing we do is the person creates an account. That account is an account that is linked to their domain. So it means like we create for you, for example, WhatsApp, we create for you an account for which account you can change the password. Cloud hosting is a service that is accessed over the internet. You can just type over the internet, web hosting cloud service providers, then they list for you. So one can create an account there by themselves, and then we just put the domain there. So it means once someone has login credentials for that specific account, they are basically the one who's managing that. Because what for us we do is to get the system and put it on your domain. Like now you have Uganda Volleyball Federation.com, something like that. If you already have it, my role is to come with my system that I've created locally and put it on your domain. So there it is you managing your system, and the system is hosted online. That is why you pay for hosting services. The hosting provider provides the backup. The hosting provider ensures your system is online 24/7. The hosting provider ensures the system doesn't break.
Over to you, JS.
Okay, thank you. Any other question?
Yes, GS. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Shafiq, thanks for the presentation. It was quite appetizing. My only question is, if you hand over that to the Federation, how sure are we that you cannot still get into it using any means? Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Innocent, thank you for that question. Now, like I've listed already, when we are hosting a system like now systems of this kind that are of high level security, the person who is contracting you to make the system must be the first proprietor of the account where the system is going to be hosted. So you are supposed, by default, you are the people who are supposed to create the account where we are supposed to put this system. For example, if we are supposed to create a domain, uvf.com, you create an account. For example, I use Hostinga as my domain service provider. You create an account as UVF on Hostinga. Then my role is to identify a domain with you. Okay, we sit on a laptop, we identify a domain. After identifying the domain, then we host the system on that domain. After that, you have the right, you have the full right to that account. It becomes like a Facebook account where you have the password and username. So whoever has the password and username of the hosting provider has the domain. And it is in the domain that we put the website or that web-based system. So basically, my role there be to guide you on how to put the system there, and you manage all the other things. These other things about data entry, that is the training side. That's simple.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else? So, as members think, maybe Shafiq, 3 million is initial. What about after? Is there an annual fee? Is there? And then, secondly, is after the development and installation, do you give us a copy of the code, the back end? Thank you.
George, now, of course, when you buy a hosting provider, the domain expires. For example, if you have bought a domain for 1 year or 2 years or 3, it expires, and basically the pricings are for a year are about maybe 200 renew, and renew for 200 for every year. Then about the source code, because you have bought this system, I give you the source code. But there are some things that are not supposed to be changed in a system. There are some elements we use in creating systems, plugins that we use in creating systems, and some of those things are supposed to be copyrighted. So basically, we give source codes to people and we tell them what they are supposed to change, what they are not supposed to change. Because systems work like, they are systems. A system works because it is a coordination of very many structures, not on one thing. So when you tamper with this, you find that some other thing may not work. An answer to that question is we provide the source code, but some elements in those source codes are copyrighted.
Okay. Any other inquiry? Question before we close this off? President, anything to inquire?
No, my comments, since I've heard from all these sources, I think now it is us now to go on the sideboard to look at, to analyze what we have listened to and make the best out of it. And where possible, we can upgrade one to become better. So I think I have nothing really much to put on Shafiq. I think we need to go to our in-house and sort out our thing, and then we come up with the best.
Oh, okay. All right. With that, Shafiq, thank you. We thank you for the time invested in this, and we'll definitely give feedback if we are to take on the system. Thank you.
Okay.
Members, for 15 minutes after this, we are going to log out. About 10 minutes, I'm going to create a link for us to have a small discussion. Then we proceed. I'm going to send a link on the group immediately. Thank you.
Thank you, James.